Families, it's Miss Ayala. I am recording this for back to school night. And I just wanted to give you guys some information just to make sure you're in the right spot. I'm Veronica Ayala. This is for Algebra 1. Want to make sure you're in the right spot. I'm going to try and keep this video as short as possible because I know you guys are watching a bunch of other ones. Again, from 6 to 6:30, you watch your teacher's recordings. And then from 6:30 to 7:30, it's an optional Q&A, a question and answer. So if you guys have any questions, you just pop into my meeting and then just ask me the question. You don't have to stay the entire time. You can just ask and then leave. It's really up to you. I will be here again from 6:30 to 7:30 answering questions. Again, our back to school night is on Thursday the 26th. It is Monday when I'm recording this, so just wanted to let you guys know that. Okay, so there's quite a bit of information. Again, I'm going to try and make it as painless as possible and as quick as possible because I know you guys are watching a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to share my screen, and I do want to go over some information really quick, especially for this class, super important. This is the Algebra 1 textbook that we will be working out of. Everybody has their Algebra 1 book so far. Again, if it gets badly damaged or they lose it, it's $93. So if they can, please take care of it. You should see them working on it at home. The other thing that I did go over the first day of school with some of the kids was they can have any one of these calculators. So most parents freak out when I ask for this graphing calculator. No worries. If you can't get it, don't worry about that. Let me make this just a teeny bit larger so you can see it. Don't worry about that. It was really just for them, especially in Algebra 1, if they want to move up math levels. It would be awesome if they can get the graphing calculator. If you can't, don't worry about it. The scientific one, which is this one, is totally fine. And their basic calculator, if you want to get that too. I will email a copy of this PDF, so if I'm going too fast through it, you can have it. I'm going to email out as a mass email when I get into Aries. The other thing that I do want to go over is this one. Let's see if I can make it larger. Not very large. So the materials, every student got a copy of my syllabus, which is the class description. Everybody got a copy of this one. All the materials are on the side here. Again, your child should have it with them because we did go over it at length. All the stuff that's here on the side, that's what they need. This is just kind of like, what is Algebra 1 and why are they in Algebra 1? So just to go over really quick, Algebra 1 is an advanced math class. It is a high school equivalent course, and they do get high school credit for it. Now, Algebra 1 is not a requirement. Math 8 is a requirement. So if your student is not ready for Algebra 1, which is completely fine, they can go into Math 8 and still get into Algebra 1 as a high school student. They don't have to take it right now. It was just now, either in 6th or 7th grade, somebody thought they were advanced enough to put them in the accelerated class, and therefore as an 8th grader now, they will take Algebra 1 to continue the acceleration. So if they pass Algebra 1, they move on to geometry as a freshman. So just kind of a little bit of background info. All right, so let's move down. This is just our classroom expectations. This is the portion that I did want to go over really quick because I did send out an email about tests. We had our first mid-chapter quiz, and a lot of parents and students freaked out because it was a huge grade changer. So I've decided to go and do homework, classwork, and quizzes, make those 20% of their grade. As you can see, I put it in a pie chart. The tests are huge, which is 80%. So I always tell the students, if you are not doing your homework, classwork, then therefore you're not going to be able to perform well on the tests. Super important. They need to at least complete the homework. I don't care if they make mistakes. I always tell them they're always afraid of making mistakes. I don't care if you guys make mistakes. Make them. That's how you learn from them. So I'm trying to go slow, take my time. Our first test, if we don't have it this particular week of back to school, we're going to have it the following week. So our first big chapter test is coming up. super important that they at least do the homework. If you guys have any questions, here's my phone number on the side and here's my email. A lot of parents confuse me with the counselor on campus. Her name is Vanessa Ayala. I'm Veronica Ayala. Veronica Ayala is the math teacher. Vanessa is the counselor. We're not related, but somehow my emails always go to her and vice versa. So look for Veronica if you want the math teacher. This fine print, again, when I email this, if you could just kind of review it, it just goes over what cell phone policy is. I don't take late work and, you know, all that. What do they need to do if a late assignment gets turned in? If they were ever absent, there's procedures for that. The referral process. I know that coming back from the online class is a huge adjustment. And so I am sticking to my class procedures. So that referral process has to do with behavior. And I do my very, very, very best to not send anybody out of the room because I believe in working with the student and, you know, making compromises and trying to make it work. And then if students ever need help, I have extra help hours Tuesday and Thursday. Sorry about that.
Kennedy Fuller, if you're
Let's
here,
go down
to
this
office.
portion here.
Antonio Padmore and Kennedy
I'm at school
Fuller.
recording this.
Please come to the office.
Okay, so again, this is going to be emailed to you. There is a lot of information in just this one particular spot here. And I'm sorry I can't get rid of this for some reason. It's not letting me. Basically, I'm just going to go through it really quick. So number one, students are expected to at least maintain a B average. That is super important. I've talked to the high school about that and they agree 83% is fair. I take the first 3 quarters of a student's grade. So 83% quarter 1, 83% quarter 2, 83% quarter 3. I take those and based on that, I will recommend them for geometry. So they have to meet that 83%. That just basically tells me that they're ready for geometry and that they will be able to survive. So if they get anything below that, they're going to struggle next year. So I'm really looking for that 83%. So that's key. Number 2, I hope this will happen. In the past, we have done a geometry readiness test. Again, the high school asks for this information. They want to know, are these kids ready for geometry next year? So on top of their grades, the high school is looking for that test. I don't know if we're going to have the test this year. I have to ask, and usually that occurs around April and May. So I will check into that. But there usually is some kind of a knowledge demonstration that they need to do. Number 3, to ensure the success of all students, I have to have the best behaviors in Algebra 1. Algebra 1 is so accelerated and so intense that time to discipline, I don't have it. I can't stop and discipline a student for behavior when I have everybody that I need to take care of that wants Algebra 1. So normally if I have behavior issues, I will have a meeting with student and parent to kind of say, it's not working, it's not fair to the other students, I need some help. So hopefully we won't have that. So far, so good. It is the beginning of the year, but so far I think we'll be okay for the remainder of the year. Number 4, we are moving through the text very quickly and students need to keep up. So if a student is struggling, usually I would ask them to come into my office hours, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays, and try and figure out what is it that's happening with them. Are they overwhelmed? Are they not understanding the math? We have to figure this out. Again, Algebra 1 is not a requirement, Math 8 is. Algebra 1 is just the accelerated course because somebody it's one of the teachers, somebody in their career said, these students are ready for Algebra 1, they're ready for the intense accelerated math. So if I will have conversations with students if they are struggling through it. Number 5, make sure that they bring the materials to class. They were just given planners, and planners are super important to get into the habit of using, especially with all the stuff that they have on their mind. We really need them to write the assignments, go home and open it, see what they had for homework. Again, especially in this class, huge, huge, huge. They cannot miss a homework assignment. And they know this because, again, we're looking for that 83%. So going with that, attendance is super crucial. If at all possible, I know life happens and things come up. If at all possible, it would be great if they could not miss a day. Because somehow I've had in the past a couple students, maybe they were out and then they struggled trying to catch back up, and then it just brings them back. So if at all possible, do the best to not miss a day of school. Okay, so the next portion is all the items that the high school will need to place your student, your child in geometry next year. Now, I will give the high school all that I can, all that they ask for. But there are several factors that the high school uses in order to put students in geometry. And it's these, their Algebra 1 grades, they look at their attendance, and they look at the 8th grade teacher recommendation, which is me. The number of geometry sections, you may have maybe two teachers, and they can have up to 35 kids in a class, but we have 5 middle schools that could possibly go in there. So there's just a number of factors, and the geometry readiness test. So I will do the best that I can to give the high school the information they need, but I can't guarantee that a student will make geometry. I can't guarantee that. That has to be taken up with the high school. All I know is that I'm doing my best with them here to get them ready, and in order to give them the best possibility to get into geometry next year. So hopefully that makes sense. In other words, I do as much as I can here. High school is the one that makes the decision. So, and it may not be a guarantee, but 99% of the time, my kids who have taken Algebra 1 have gotten into geometry. So not if they got the 83%, excuse me. So yeah, not that, it's not that difficult, and they are pretty good about it. So that's really it. And again, I apologize if I went fast. You can pause, you can rewind, you can fast forward. I will be sending this information out to you. I will be emailing it again via mass email on Aries. And that's really it. So again, our question and answer is from 6:30 to 7:30. Again, you don't have to stay the entire time. Maybe pop in and just ask a question really quickly, and then just head out. And that's really it. So I hope to see you, and I hope that we have a great year. If you guys ever have any questions, please let me know. And I'm here for you guys. Okay, take care.